Hello, I'm Christel. I'm here to do your monthly reading for the month of March. But first, I wanted to give you a quick overview of the astrological happenings in the month of March, because they will influence you anyway. So the first thing that happens on March the 3rd, so already in the beginning of next week, Mars is going to move signs. It's going from Taurus into Gemini, so it's getting a different vibe there. On the 13th, and for the universal time is 10:23 a.m. there's a new moon in Pisces, so daydreaming, intuition, intentions, but also, going after the hope, the desires. It's really good to set those intentions there. On the 20th, of course, the Sun goes into Aries, and another planet goes into Aries the day after. On the 21st, Venus joins the Sun in Aries, and Venus will be conjunct the Sun for a while. And Venus will stay in Aries for a few weeks. And then finally, at the end of the month, on the 28th, we'll have a full moon in Libra, and it's at 7:50 p.m. of the universal time. So have a look in your time zone where the full moon is, where the new moon is. So that is the general overview. So now I'm going to go put the camera down and start a reading. First, I wanted to say another thing is check out my website. I've rebranded it completely. I made it completely new, freshened it up. And so check it out. It's christelvangelder.com. I'll put the link in the comment box. So for now, let's start with the readings and do the real thing, what you're waiting for here. Hello Aquarius, this is your reading for March 2021. Let's see. Wow, the Magician, the Five of Cups. I really feel this is because, you have Jupiter and Saturn in your sign now. So it's a bit like this is Jupiter and this is Saturn. That's what it feels like. Anyway. Three of Swords. Nine of Swords. So what is going on here? Nine of Cups. King of Wands, Temperance, and the Empress. As you can see, these lower cards are really, really good. And then here you have a few. There is, on the surface it looks really, really good. And I feel that the energy, there is a good potential, but I feel you have to get out of your own way because there are some things you're worried about, for sure, which is Nine of Swords, and also afraid of. Because this Magician, I feel this is really like a Jupiter card here, because you have there's ideas there. There is this ability to create, there's this ability to almost make magic, like the Magician does. So there is this ability you have this talent, you have the skills, you have the vision as well. You have all these things, but there is something here obstructive about these three cards. And I think it feels like you're in your own way, really, because we have these cards. So this Five of Cups feels really like something you need to choose from. And I think this choice makes you worried. But the choice is between, usefulness and not so useful, or joy and not so much joy. So I feel that these three cards here together have that Saturnian vibe to it, where things are difficult, it's not easy to choose. What am I going to choose? Afraid of making the wrong choice and then overthinking it. That is all there, and that's that fear coming in as well, because you know that if you make the wrong choice, it could lead to really disastrous, in your mind, I'm exaggerating it here, but it in your mind it looks bigger than life, the failure that may happen if you make the wrong decision here, if you leave the wrong things behind. Because you see, you have the Three of Cups, lying here and these two cups standing up. So this is the good stuff you need to take along on your journey. This is the stuff you need to leave behind in order to get this magician out. But there's a lot of fear involved with these cards. I feel this is really, this Nine of Swords is a card of overthinking it. Whereas, you know, the Temperance card together with that Nine of Swords, that Temperance card tells me that you need to try and go on trying. And sometimes, yes, you will fail. Sometimes, yes, there will be, and that will be painful when you fail, because you see it as painful. You see it as a real failure of your personality, of your personal character, but it's probably not, because of these other cards here. So if you go in that overthinking mode, remember that the Temperance card is also a slow card. It's a card of being patient and of trying out stuff. So you see these cups, are these two cups really? These two cups that you have, and you need to bring them together in a certain way, but you don't maybe yet know how. But with the Magician here, you'll find a way, because you have the skills, you have that vision, you have the talents, but you have to trust yourself a little bit. And the Temperance card asks you to do that, because the Temperance card asks you to try. And when you try, you may fail. And if you fail, don't stay stuck here in this overthinking mode, or in this, you know, oh my God, I failed, I'm such a failure, I'm such a klutz, I'm such a I don't know what. Don't stay stuck in that, because that's not the idea. Because you have here the King of Wands. The King of Wands is creative. So the King of Wands is a little bit, you know, it's a little bit same energy like the Magician, where the Magician is more, even more like a magician, more magic and even more powerful. But this King of Wands is also, you know, there's this passion in you, there's this burning creativity in you, but you have to use it in the right way. And this King of Wands is asking you to do that, is asking you to step out of, you know, the fear of failure, the fear of being hurt. Because, you know, when you do new stuff, when you go after new things and you try out new ideas, yes, you know, you may make mistakes, and that is not the end of the world, although you may see it like that. But if you, instead of embracing this energy of and staying stuck in the failure, or I make so many mistakes, I'm not going to do this anymore, if you embrace this energy of the King of Wands, then here you'll flow to the Empress. The Empress is a beautiful card. The Empress is a card of, you know, success, of, you know, reaping rewards, of harvesting what you are working on here. So the Empress tells me that whatever you're doing here, whatever you're deciding, if you stay in the lower row of cards, you'll get here. Now the Empress is joined with the Knight of Cups, and the Knight of Cups tells me that there is stuff coming in, stuff you don't see yet, but it's, you know, new things coming in because of all the actions you're taking. That is, if you overcome these cards. Now, I don't think that this is a card that is so negative, although it has a Saturnian vibe to it, because, you know, leaving stuff behind is not easy. But these two cards are really your blockages. And these two cards, the overthinking it, the being afraid of making mistakes, those have to go. You have to just accept that you'll make mistakes. The Temperance card. Go into the creative vibe. Embrace the energy of the King. Don't stay stuck in this overthinking card, in this fear card, but just use the stuff that you have and use it in a magic way. Use it to create a new vision for you, a new product, maybe a new life experience, a new life situation, because it can be, of course, different in different areas of your life depending on what your particular situation is, Aquarius. Now the Knight of Cups is telling me that, you know, if you set aside these, and you can overcome them by connecting to these cards, so trusting the process, being patient, trying out stuff, being creative, stay with the passion and not in the negative part, so stay in the positive vibe, then new stuff will come in, and you'll be also successful in these things that you start here. So yes, that is good. because yeah, the Empress is here as the last card, so this is a beautiful, abundant, fertile, rewarding, successful card. Together with that Knight of Cups, it tells me that new things come in, and I feel that these new things, end of March, during April, and then in this part, when this starts to come in, then of course this is going to disappear, and then you're going to move forward. So it will be really interesting to see what is going to happen in the month of April. Hope you'll be here to join me for that, to see what was happening. Now, let's pull 2 message cards randomly from the Spirit Animal Oracle. Okay, so we have the Wombat Spirit, be at home, and the Rhino Spirit, overcome any obstacles. So I'm going to start with the Rhino Spirit. These obstacles that you have in these cards is really your own thoughts. You know, your own fear, your own overthinking, your worries. It's nothing more than that. It's not something major you have to overcome. Well, you have to overcome yourself. Sometimes that can be a major thing. But it's not like there is, massive, horrible things going to happen. No. But you have to overcome yourself. And you can do that because the Rhino Spirit is at your side. So you really can overcome yourself. Now, the Wombat Spirit, I feel the Wombat Spirit is really the Magician, King of Wands, and the Temperance card. But especially the Magician and the King of Wands. Because it tells me that, trust yourself as well. Trust that you have all the skills, the talents, the visions. So settle that incorporate that in your personality, in your way of seeing things. Incorporate that creative king with a passionate fire burning, and make sure that they are at home in you, because they are part of you, Aquarius. So make sure you incorporate them so that you can do these things. Please stop doing that, because that is not going to get you any farther, and it's not going to bring you any joy. It's not going to help you. Overthinking never helps you, because it's always the same loop that goes round and round, and you don't want that. So try to stay away from the fear, and when it comes up, and it will come up, of course, that overthinking and the fear, because that's normal. Try to remember that, yes, I'm trying out new stuff. Yes, sometimes it goes wrong. Sometimes it doesn't go as I expected, but then I'm willing to try again and to see what will work. Try to do that, because that, together with, the King of Wands, with this fiery king that has loads of creative ideas, and that is sort of being able to manifest stuff and create new stuff. Together, you can overcome these 2 negative cards. So that's it for you, Aquarius. I hope you liked this video. If you liked it, give me a like, because more likes is more views on YouTube or wherever. And I really appreciate you being here. I really appreciate your support. I really appreciate if you like it, if you subscribe to my channel, whatever you do. I really appreciate it, and I'm grateful for that. And for now, I bid you goodbye, and I'll speak to you soon, Aquarius. Bye.